So Bundy's final arrest. This came February 15th, 1978 in Pensacola, when a police officer stopped a suspicious Volkswagen that turned out to be stolen. So he just fucking loved a Volkswagen, dude.
Yeah, make that number 2.
Yeah. Maybe switch it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bundy fought the police officer before being subdued. At the station, fingerprint checks confirmed he was not just a car thief, but a fugitive wanted in Colorado and a prime suspect in multiple murders across several states. Once Bundy's identity was confirmed, investigators in Washington, Utah, Colorado, Idaho, and Florida coordinated information, something that hadn't happened earlier because there was no centralized system to link their cases at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Florida would be the state that moved first. A Leon County grand jury indicted him for the Chi Omega murders and the attack on Chandler and Kleiner, along with related burglary charges. Because Tallahassee was saturated with publicity, the trial was moved to Miami. It became the first major American murder trial televised nationwide.
Wow.
And once again, Bundy insisted on acting as co-counsel. Like, what a cocky motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So he, I don't know, whatever. He filed motions, questioned witnesses. They let him question witnesses? What the fuck?
Yeah, that is fucked up. There should be a stipulation. Like, if the person who's representing themselves attacked and tried to murder these people,
Yeah.
or whatever, like, they shouldn't be allowed to talk to them.
No. Duh.
But talk about intimidation.
I know, but it is a thing. Okay. So he filed motions, questioned witnesses, and used the courtroom pretty much as his own stage. His own lawyers later described his decisions as driven more by ego than sound legal strategy. We all knew that.
Yeah.
The prosecution's case combined eyewitness testimony, forensic hair and fiber evidence, and the bite mark analysis, all of which the Florida Supreme Court later held to be sufficient to support the convictions and death sentences. He was convicted and sentenced to death for the murders of Bowman and Levy and the attempted murders of Chandler and Kleiner. In a separate trial in Orlando for the abduction and murder of Kimberly Leach, the state presented eyewitness accounts, fiber evidence linking Bundy and his vehicle to Leach's clothing, and circumstantial evidence placing him at key locations. He was again convicted and received a second death sentence.
Keep him coming.
Yeah. Appeals to the Florida Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, and the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals challenged aspects of the evidence and procedure, but ultimately failed. His convictions and sentences were all upheld. On death row, Bundy began to talk more openly. But I think we talked about this in the last episode, he was never straightforward. He was always talking almost like in the third person, like, oh, well, this person might have done this. So it was never straightforward. It was always very selective. But within those conversations, he ultimately confessed to at least 30 murders, though investigators and later analysis suggests that the real number was likely higher.
I could see that.
Some lists of known and strongly suspected victims in Washington alone run into the double digits, with at least 8 named women whose remains were recovered and whose disappearances he specifically admitted to. So across Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, Idaho, and Florida, documented victims and credible confessions make clear that his killing span ran from early 1974 through early 1978, with hints of earlier violence that were never fully detailed.
That's a short amount of time to be killing that many people.
Yeah.
And more. We're most certain.
Yeah, most likely more.